it's taken me, it's Memorial Day, right? So it's taken me this long to feel comfortable with what's in my bag to be able to do a what's in the bag video. So we're gonna go through and show you what's in the bag. The most recent club to make it in my bag, the Ping G425 3 Hybrid. It's 19 degrees, I have it set on standard. I know a lot of players like the fact that it's flat. You can set it flat. That's a cool feature. It's great for fitting. For me, I have it in the standard setting and it's still one of the most anti-left clubs in my entire golf bag. I can pretty much count on this thing going anywhere but left. Number 3, Timuquana, a little left to right. I'm just gonna aim pretty aggressively at the bunker down the left because I know, if anything, it's gonna finish right of it. Like that. So easy to hit, goes super high. That's primarily a lot of par 5s. I've been finding myself needing a hybrid, and that's why we got the Ping G425. Do we include the push cart? Does the push cart get, did you see that little?
The push cart is highly underrated.
See that move?
That one is, I didn't realize how little it was when you got it out of the trunk and I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's the Rovic from, I think, Click Gear. I think you can get it rovicgolf.com. My Golf Spy did a little test on these, and this was the one that won. So I said, well, I trust my Golf Spy, especially when it comes to something like that. So I went and bought one of these real quick at the local retailer. I've enjoyed it. So I'm 112.
Oh, shit.
How do I know that I'm 112? Because of my Ace rangefinder from Pin to Golf. Great rangefinder, just came out. Let me check it one more time here. All right, we're good to go. I stepped a yard closer, I got a yard closer. 111 is the true yardage. It's one of the trickiest greens out here. So that calls for wedges. This is my 60, I'll just show you my 60 for sure. It's a Cleveland RTX ZipCore. I have Dynamic Gold X100 Tour Issue 8-iron shafts in all my wedges. We'll get into that actually when I get into my irons because I do something pretty crafty on there. But 111 is a stock 56. A little breeze in our face, and I didn't have any warm-up today. We're on the 3rd hole, so I'm gonna manufacture a 50 degree. Also, Cleveland RTX ZipCore. I have a 46 bent to 45. I have a 50 at 50, 56 bent to 55, and my 60s bent to 59. Mainly that was for gapping purposes. This is one of the hardest greens here to hit. This is a dangerous shot, but it's the right play. Plus you got the ground screw on the left. 111. I gotta get this about 80%. Well, we did it. Or did we? Stay there. Stay there. And she gone. Great shot. Didn't get rewarded. So we're gonna probably use that wedge again. So the yardage to the pin was 111. I flew at 112. That's not good enough on this golf course. So let's bring back in my 60 here. A little bit of a custom grind, just a blunted leading edge. My 56 basically has a tiger grind on it. A good friend of mine's really good at those. If you want his name, I will give it to you. Just shoot me a message. He does amazing work. I use my 60 almost everywhere around the greens. I just love it that much. This is not a shot that you would normally get with a 60, but we're still gonna try and play the old bump into the hill. 60. I like that. Just before I put that Ping hybrid in the bag, I actually put in a new putter, the Cobra Golf King Agera, which is so far the most balanced putter I've ever hit in my life. It's got an extremely high MOI, super forgiving here. I've teamed it up with a Stability Tour shaft from Breakthrough Golf Technology. But my favorite part about this is something that, you know, me as a fitter, I fit SICK putters. You know, Bryson uses a SICK putter. I've used one in the past, the SICK face technology with the descending loft technology, you know, where it basically, you have a better chance of delivering the club head to the ball with the same amount of loft every time, just based on the technology in the face. They changed the loft. So, my routine, which is new for me, get behind it, line up my lines, which we'll talk about in a few, I might get behind it and take a couple practice strokes. But my main thing is standing behind it, confirming my line, walking into it. No practice strokes from here. Grip it conventional, and switch to my claw, and then roll it right in. This putter has really changed the way I putt. I also think coupled up with a routine has been really big for me. You don't know this, but when Bake was in, he was talking to me about routine. He said, you just need a routine.
Yeah, that's why we have that stupid marking on our green now.
He gave me a perfect putter.
Thanks, Bake.
We'll do a video on that here soon too. All right, par 5 next. We're gonna hit the big stick. My favorite feature of a golf course is right here where the tee box is, the green surroundings, they all become one. So we've got 8 green, 4 tee, 2 tee, 1 green. Absolutely my favorite. Driver. This one's surprised me a little bit. It's taken a lot of work. If you saw my last video where I actually reviewed the TaylorMade SIM2, you wouldn't have been impressed. You'd have looked at the numbers. I wasn't impressed. My SIM1 was better than, in fact, every driver I tested was better than SIM2. Then I started toying with it. I got me a lighter weight in the back. Those are really tough to find. Got a heavier weight up front. You can get those from your fitter. You can get them from me. And then I went to an 8-degree head. So I've got a SIM2 8-degree with a 6 gram in the back, sorry, an 8 gram in the back, and then a 10 gram in the front. And then I actually have a 1-degree sleeve from TaylorMade Tour that I just put it at standard loft, just trying to get that face angle and that lie angle to be a little flatter, a little less left bias, if you will. I teamed this up with a Project X HZRDUS Smoke IM10, the 60 gram TX, straight in, no tipping, nothing like that. Remember the T1100, real shiny chrome? It was awesome. This is based off that profile. And that's a shaft that I actually had in an old TaylorMade M2. Worked really well for me, but the difference is this Hexel, the hex toe material. It's so soft feeling, and when I mean soft, I don't mean in flex. It's a very firm shaft, but when it comes down to the flex or the feel at impact, it's very muted. It's exactly what I look for. And then teamed up with TaylorMade SIM2, which is a softer feeling face. Feels like it's just loaded with some hot melt, which I may or may not have in. Proof that Mel can push a cart, and if I was ever in a pinch, could caddy for me.
I'm confused why you said, hey, see if you can push that, as if I'm not like physically capable of pushing a cart.
Well, for someone that's physically capable of pushing a cart, you complain a lot.
Well, I don't like to walk. It's hot.
219 in on a par 5.
Sweating. See, that's why I don't push it. I'm sweating.
219. Let's see what the Ace rangefinder for pin says. 217. So pin's just a little up front of middle. The last thing you want to do on this hole is go long. So let's talk about my irons a little bit, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah. These are, you're gonna think, especially if you saw my last What's in the Bag video, that I've regressed completely in my ball striking, but that's not the case. I have Callaway Apex Pro. The Apex Pro from 2021 has, for me, it's been the one iron that is a little more forgiving, a little easier to hit, has a little more technology, flights it super high. The ball seems to be a little less curvy. It goes pretty straight. This has been the one iron in that class that I feel like I could comfortably get into coming from blades. Can I hit blades? Yes. Should I hit blades? I don't know. I mean, Jordan Spieth doesn't hit blades. So for that fact, I just decided I'm gonna go this way, commit to this, and these have been a big game changer for me just as far as the ball flight. 4 iron should go, stock yardage 220. I'd love to hit this over that bunker, but if we're anywhere short of it, it's a good shot. Greenside bunker left.
What is written on your thumb?
It says turn. Yeah. Just to make sure that when I come through that I'm turning continually, my lower body and my upper body, because that's what I struggle with in my swing. So this is just when I look down, I see turn, I remember.
Good putt.
Putting way better with this putter. It's been really good for me. Routine though, routine is everything. Oh. Did I mention that this putter is 3D printed? But now I have.
Are you gonna carry my sweaty shoes?
I'm gonna get your shoes, baby. I got a push cart. So we talked about the Apex Pro. We're 200 yards away on this hole. You just don't want to be anything long of that pin. So we're going to go with my 195 club, 6 iron shafts. I've got Dynamic Gold X100s, the tour issue, but for the first time ever, I've soft stepped them. So that means in my 6 iron, I actually have a 5 iron shaft, and then it's cut to length. I'm a 1/2 inch over length, 1 degree upright, and then swing weight, everything at D5 with a Golf Pride MCC +4 mid-size. The mid-size, it feels good on my hands, but the next part of it is just simply a swing weight thing. So if we can get the swing weight dialed in, you know, I added a little bit of lead tape because I built them light and I actually didn't like it. So I've soft stepped all my sticks. That means in my 9 iron down, all the way through my wedges, I have the same shaft, all 8 iron shafts, X100s, which is something I always did in my 56 and 60. It's had a good shot. First hole-in-one on
Great
camera,
shot.
that'd be amazing.
Great shot. Sit down.
It's really good. It should be good. Makeable birdie putt. You could say that this green is a big reason as to why I went to Apex Pro. I was so tired of hitting good shots that would tumble off the back, even though I'm a high ball hitter. Apex Pro, just a little more spin, a little higher launching, little steeper angle of descent. Big difference for me. The club that's been in my bag the longest, not that a lot of these clubs have been in my bag that long, but it has been in there the longest now at this point. The SimMax from last year, the 3-wood 14-degree rocket with a Project X HZRDUS Smoke Blue RDX 70-gram TX counterbalance design. This is one that works in driver really well for a lot of players. It got edged out by that IM10 low spin version in the driver, and then even an RDX Black performed better than driver. But in fairway wood, this blue has been an amazing profile, not just for me, but a lot of players in the fitting bay, based off of the old Project X HZRDUS yellow, the handcrafted. Now, this par 5, not normally one that you'd hit 3-wood on, but we've made a couple bogeys, made a couple birdies, we're at even par. We don't want to do anything stupid, and the one thing you can do here is go too far through the fairway down the left. So 3-wood flies about 265 comfortably. It can go longer. This is the club for this shot, especially based on the round. Driver on that line, I would have been a little screwed. I can tell you this much. This 3-wood off the tee, great. Off the deck, just as good. This is the first 3-wood I've ever been able to hit 275, 280 in the air if I need it. And I think it has to do with just a little bit bigger profile of the rocket and obviously the stronger loft. Bail out bunker, gonna be fine. Or right of the bunker. Tricky par 5. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about when we get up to that green, my golf ball. Jeez. Callaway Chrome Soft X LS, the new low spin version. Compare it to like a Pro V1X left dash, which I've used in the past, a little firmer, but by switching to the Apex Pros, it does go a little high, and they do spin a little too much. I know I wanted a little bit of that. I wanted a little bit more height, but switching to the Chrome Soft X LS, it's kind of giving me a little bit of a middle ground and best of both worlds. I write, this is kind of all gnarred up or whatever, but I actually do my own triple track. I like the triple track, and that's what put me in this ball originally, was just to try that. But I kind of found when I got a piece that I could, you know, make my own marks on it, I really like the wider triple track. So Callaway Chrome Soft XLS is in the bag. I don't see much changing. If you have any questions,
Easy bag.
message me.